Welcome back to the Productioneer Dude. We are going to be continuing Chemically Bonded. So, in the last part of Chemically Bonded, a lot of stuff happened. So yeah, if you guys didn't see it, you definitely should go check it out. I would explain it here, but it's really a lot to take in, and I don't know if I can explain it in like a reasonable length. So let's just get into this next part. Arriving to class, submerged in the tide of classmates bursting through the door. The ample morning sunlight splashes around the room, lighting the way to my desk. Another morning, another day's worth of fun. Kiyoko, a little less apathetic, quickly arrives to class behind the fuss, striding the short distance to her desk cheerfully with her face lit up by the morning sun. An endearing sight. Her features glowing perfectly as her smile glistens, and her hair sways under the spell of her own movement. As the minutes to the start of class turn away, I watch her actions carefully, my only real chance to see her in her own world. Taking out a ruffled stack of papers from her bag, she places them on her desk with care and begins reading. It's not as spectacular as I'd imagine, but seeing her in study mode is certainly a rarity in itself. No wonder she's so intelligent. She has to get it from somewhere. Despite being the second member of the club, I can't really join in with the tamer side of science. Lifting her head and peering around the room, inspecting her environment, Kyoko quickly meets her eyes with mine. A startled look and quickly disgust following suit. Raising her petite body from her seat, she makes her way to my desk. With the start of class seeming like a dream away, speaking to her before we start can't be all that bad.
Hello, motherfucker. Do you enjoy looking at girls whilst they're trying to study?
Damn. I don't know how to answer that.
How would you like it if I stared at you?
I wouldn't really care. It is Kiyoko after all.
Okay, fine.
Taking a firm stance before my desk, Kiyoko locks eyes with mine, a staring contest of sorts now firmly underway. Despite me not being really into it. You blinked.
Do I care?
You're cute when you're angry.
You're cute when you're angry. Wait.
She just got it. Stepping back from my desk, we were just about as firmly decided. I really liked how earlier she was like, alright, I'm just gonna stare at you. And I just imagine her like placing her hands on my desk and then just staring at me with like these big white eyes. That was funny. Kiyoko, now increasingly flustered, covering her face with her hands as glimpses of her reddened cheeks peek through.
You can't just say that. Where's your evidence?
Right in front of me. Alright, anyway, class is about to start. You should head back to your desk. I was about to take a banter with her all day, so stern look from the teacher isn't doing either one of us any good. So, leaving my desk with a pout, Kiyoko turns to return to her spot in class, her silky chocolate hair whips swaying behind her as it flows down her back. A contrast to her usual done-up ponytail.
Hello, mother. Oh, wait. What are your plans for later?
Meet Naomi at the gym and just work our way from there?
Isn't that a little ill-prepared? You need a methodology. Huh?
You need to sit down.
I'm just concerned.
Her face is now woeful. There's nothing I can do but try to ease the uneasiness in her heart. Don't worry. If you were best friends with Naomi before, it shouldn't be too hard for the chemistry between you to come back again.
Is that a pun?
It wasn't intentional, but sure.
It was.
Leaving it there with a smile, Kiyoko makes her second attempt to return back to her desk. This time a little more successful. Despite her uneasiness, Naomi should be feeling the same, but at the end of the day, I don't see them having any troubles. Okay. So, a quick stroll past Kyoko's desk is enough to tell me she isn't coming.
I'm going to stay here. I need to study for a bit.
What? With midterms coming up? They aren't for a while, and surely you'll smash them. She's always at the top of the leaderboard for national, let alone local exams. A midterm should be nothing to her.
No, it's... Move it! I'll tell you later.
Okay. Feeling myself dragged by the dregs of the crowd, Kyoko quickly disappears out of sight. Myself alone, now in the corridor, huddled by a moving sea of people heading towards the cafeteria. The crowd's chanting the normal hums of muddled conversations as people pass by one, group by group. Okay, so we wrote, is it okay for you to meet after class? Following suit, a tiny bubble appears on the screen, my message neatly contained within. A simple question now awaiting what I can only presume to be a not-so-simple response. Continuing on with the tide of people, another glance at my phone shows that the message has been read. Somewhere under the same roof, the same sky, Naomi's received my words. The wonders of technology quickly irrelevant in my mind as a hand grips my shoulder. The feeling of deja vu and fear now in his face.
Hey, hey!
Of course it's okay. We planned it yesterday, right?
Wait, you're grabbing my tie again. Isn't that a little cheap to be doing this again?
Grabbing your tie.
Yeah, can't you be a little more creative?
I didn't know you cared so much.
You're not gonna choke me out again, are you?
I only wanted to get your attention.
Hello, works.
Lo, you're lucky I see you as somewhat of a friend now. Otherwise, I would have kicked you.
Really?
I was joking. Of course you're my friend. I still might kick you if you're not careful, though.
Waving it off, Naomi smiles brightly amidst the backdrop of drilling students late for lunch. Her hair tied up neatly in a ponytail, the antonym of Kiyoko's chosen do, as if they'd swap places.
What are you staring at?
Nothing.
Anyway, I have to be somewhere, you know?
I don't.
I'm looking forward to school finishing. You're lucky. I've never been so excited about meeting a guy after school before.
Oh my god!
Disappearing into the thinning sea of students around us, Naomi makes her leave as I check the time on my phone. Enough of it left to grab some lunch and make my way to class. My own emotions looking forward to the end of the day too. The official reunion of two friends. It's something a small chat at lunch can't hold a candle to.
Are you going to just sit there?
Shouting through the class enough to turn a few heads, it's clear she's become a bit too chaotic. Calm down, take it easy. If you want me to go with you to the nurse's office, I will.
But there's nothing wrong with me.
A few giggles shimmering through the rest of the crowd's idle gossips. I stand from my chair and make my way to her desk. The pout perched on her face quickly changing into the classical smile that's come to warm my heart.
Shouldn't we get going? She's probably waiting for us.
You're right. Despite us being friends, I'd still rather not face the wrath of angry Naomi. I thought of buying in. Wait, abdo guard has passed through my mind more than once. Also abdominal guard, that's what it's short for. Oh,
So let's go.
Let's see what an abdominal guard is. An abdominal guard, short form, yeah, that is an item of sporting gear worn to protect the sexual area. You know, because Naomi might kick you there, right? Abdo guards are commonly worn in cricket, hockey, or any other sport with a high risk of crotch impact. Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. Stepping into the naturally lit descendants of the school gym, our footsteps echo quickly percussion to the syllable slam of the door behind us. Yeah, too many big words. The tunes of the world playing as the sights surround us. Staring images of training club members, sports bags tossed haphazardly, and a sprinkling of dust entrapped in sun rays, all topped off with the smell of sweat as the flag hangs proudly above. A sense of sporting pride being a hard-pressed thing to avoid. Sneaking a peek towards Kiyoko, the scent of fright stands crisp on her face. A quick look now becoming a concerned state as she notices my gaze from the corner of her eye, her cheeks quickly glowing red in response. A pair of roses.
What's that look for?
My look? You're the one who looks like you just wet yourself.
What the hell?
Is something wrong? You didn't actually
No. It's just, you know, I used to come here. Some of these people, they'll notice me.
A sullen look on her face, her own feelings of hesitance crossed the bridge between us. Rising up the urge to make her smile once again, to be there for her. It'll be okay. Naomi's here, right? She wouldn't let anyone put pressure on you.
I'll be fine. It should be okay. I want to see her.
Determination flowing through her voice, Kiyoko takes a step ahead of me, continuing our walk towards the pack of students huddled to the side of the track. Her hair still flowing graciously down her back as I trail behind her, a river of chocolate meandering down her athletic figure. The sight of her newfound resolve, beautiful under the ambient sunlight.
What's she doing over there?
She's looking for you. Wait.
Ugh. Kiyoko!
Watching Kiyoko turn in her space, her hair twirling in the air around her as her face lights up in shock. I swear I could hear an from this distance. Perhaps shouting her name wasn't such a great idea. As Kiyoko runs back towards us, the eyes of the hall shift away from their own activities and towards the three of us. Two girls in the limelight and some unknown guy beside them.
Why are you over here?
I was getting changed.
Not foregoing her sweater, either trying to cool off or a half-assed attempt at getting dressed. Naomi stands with her eyes averted away. Hair hanging gently beside her ears, glints of sweat gracing the crimson of her cheeks. The sight before me is nothing but beautiful. Her lip quivering as she bites against it gently, anticipating Kyoko's response. Pouting, Naomi turns towards me sharply, her puffy cheeks quickly shifting into a look of annoyance as she wipes the sweat of her brow. A moment's hesitance as we stare towards one another. A brief moment to catch the look of resolve in the gems of her eyes. Lapis lazuli. Or lapis lazuli, as some people say.
Get her to talk to me.
Kyoko, talk to her.
We should probably get going to the station.
You're right. Also, nice save there, Jeongin. Just be like, it was like, hey, can you make her talk to me? Alright, I got you. Kyoko, talk to her. It's simple but works. A layer of ice still between them, yet the warm look of nervousness coating their faces doesn't make a dent to melt it. Rocking across the rails, the train carriages slowly shake side to side, the clanking of the wheels across the bare metal of the track below screaming out amidst the idle sound around us. Conversations of commuters calling out, taking up the space in the silence between the three of us. Kyoko on one side, Naomi on the other, the three of us squeezed into the cramped carriage. A dream for most guys, sandwiched between two girls. Let alone having Naomi's neck brushing up against my shoulder. Alright, so, as we've seen, I guess from this scene and also, I guess, the previous one in the previous part, you know. Or yeah, or the scene in the previous part, we are taller than Naomi, okay. I just imagine us being shorter. Because I probably would be if it was, like, me in there. I'd be shorter than both of them, probably. Suddenly speaking out, her words startled me out of my trace. I don't know what I was supposed to say, trance. As I continue peering towards her, my own reaction chained to hers as she jumps back in fright. No, I don't.
I asked him earlier. He doesn't have any sense of organization.
Turning towards Kyoko, yet another reddened face, I speak out towards her. What did you have in mind then?
I don't mind. I'm just happy to be here.
Her eyes now on Naomi, the tension between them grows as the first sparks of conversation slowly warms the frost between them.
Me too.
And it all ends so suddenly.
Still, you should have thought of something. Idiot.
Stupid. Well, that's not my fault. Don't you two remember what you used to do together?
He really is an idiot.
Joining their passion of grilling me, their laughter echoes out around us. A force against the urban symphony as the train slowly screeches to a stop. The two of them joining as we head to leave the train.
Really though, what are we going to do?
Now standing in what is, for all intents and purposes, the middle of nowhere. A slight breeze brushes past us, gently rocks Naomi's hair, as each strand simmers under the light. Kyoko still looking downward, unfazed as she twirls her own in her fingers. Let's go to the cafe.
There? Again? Can't you be a little more creative? Or fork out some money to take us somewhere better?
Do you really expect me to pay for you? What do you think this is? A date?
Yeah, boy.
No.
She's right though. We always go to the cafe.
It's not like there's anywhere else.
Fine.
If I'm good at athletics and she's good at science, is being a dork your specialty?
Hey, we found Jeongin's new role, the dork. You know, Naomi's the, I don't know if she'd be the muscle. And then, let's see, Kiyoko would be the brains. And then Jeongin would be the dork. There's your roles. Hey, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here.
No, I was joking. Let's just go to the cafe.
Despite the suggestion being made on the fly, what with the cafe seeming like a second home now? The two girls take a place next to each other on a nearby sofa. Naomi's meek attempt at getting closer to Kiyoko quickly shot down by a shy expression amidst or across the timid scientist's face. Yeah, I saw that word and I said amidst instead of across. I mixed the two words up. Seeing him so awkward is beyond adorable.
Ew!
Yeah. Ew.
What? Where do you want me to look?
I don't know. Just play with your phone or something.
And what are you two gonna do?
We'll figure something out. That's what science is about.
Sitting there idly, no response in sight, the two girls sheepishly divert their eyes. Our orders quickly coming in the midst of their bashfulness. 2 coffees and a juice. I'm guessing this is mine then?
Hey.
Laughing aloud, a smile quickly creeps upon Naomi's face, soon after followed by Kyoko's. Both trance and happiness as time continues to flow onward, memories of their past now becoming a status quo once again. Friends reunited! Alright, somebody like joke that's here.
Are we really just going to stay here and drink coffee? That seems a little anticlimactic.
What do you mean?
She means we didn't come all this way just to sit down and talk. Aren't we supposed to be having fun?
This is fun, right? I mean, to them, yeah, it would seem a little boring, but sure. Whatever you...
Let's go to the arcade.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Taking the decision in her own hands, Naomi smiles cheekily towards me, a total rejection of my plans. Yet by the look on Kyoko's face, I couldn't say anyone has any complaints.
That sounds fun.
In the end, as long as they're together, perhaps they'd be happy with doing anything. Ooh, I love this background actually. That is cool. Especially with like the logo of the game in the background there. That's cool. Greeted by the roaring sound of game machines, funky music, and enthusiastic shouts as citygoers indulge in the atmosphere around us, the three of us find ourselves in a nearby arcade. The two girls lost in awe as they gaze around, wondering what to do as the flashy lights glitter in their eyes. A world of color opened before them. So,
this is a place to have fun. Look.
in her usual bout of enthusiasm, Kyoko points her arm out towards a nearby air hockey table, aglow with a neon blue trim as it flashes brightly in the distance. Is that it right there? Scoreboard above, almost begging us to play as the digits remain fixed in the otherwise active world surrounding it. It's not the sort of thing I would have expected her to enjoy, but then again, she's always been full of surprises. You do know that only 2 of us can play, right? Ooh, why don't you two face each other? There we go.
I have a better idea.
Okay, never mind.
You versus us.
Oh, here we go. 2-on-1 handicap match, I got you. Isn't that a little unfair? Staring towards me smugly, the flashing lights around us glistening in her eyes. The air of competition surrounds her.
Well, it'd be rude to leave you out. Come on, it'll be fun. Are you afraid of getting your ass whooped by 2 girls?
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Come on. This
He
way
is.
we can all have
Whether it'd be fun is another question. I'm sorry I cut you off, Kyoko. But at the end of the day, having them on the same team isn't a bad idea. To continue throwing logs on the fire that is their refound friendship, building a sense of companionship can only be for the better. That and I'm quite good at air hockey too. There's a fun in this challenge. Alright, here we go.
Come on, we're almost there.
Almost. He's getting his ass whooped.
You suck.
With a small plastic puck sliding violently across the table, the scoreboard continues to flash in their favor as the gap between us grows ever so steeply. Each blink of the light, just another stab into my prior confidence. Safe to say, you were being a little too cocky there, Jeongin. The smiles on her faces beaming with prowess as the timer counts down to my inevitable demise.
There. We won.
High five.
Their hands joining in unison, smiles bloom upon their faces before quickly shifting to embarrassment as their eyes connect. Yeah, that moment didn't last long. You don't have to rub it in.
Of course we do. You'll get used to it. We make a great team.
We really do.
Wow. Past reference. We should probably head home. It'll get dark soon.
Why does that matter?
Wouldn't your parents get worried about you?
My parents?
Uh-oh, here we go.
He's right. I can't miss dinner.
Taking Naomi's hand, Kyoko skips forward to join me by my side. The three of us ready to put an end to what has been an enjoyable experience for us all. Let's go. Okay, when Naomi paused when she was like, wait, my parents. I sense something else is going on that we don't know about yet. Anyway, basking in the evening sunlight piercing the train windows. The usual commotion fills the atmosphere as Kyoko and Naomi remain relaxed at my side. The two of them now together, stuck in a moment of silence as they both peer off in different directions. As her eyes wander around, Naomi's meets mine, a glimpse of sadness with them before her expression shifts to shock. Are you alright?
I'm fine.
You sure?
Kiyoko, I have something I need to tell you.
Startled by Naomi's voice, Kyoko breaks away from her trance and peers towards us, embarrassment coating her cheeks with a crimson allure. There we go.
I'm sorry.
Sadness overwhelms Naomi as her eyes begin to glint under the dimming evening light. Her brow now furrowed. The happiness she'd previously exhibited throughout the day is nowhere to be seen.
What?
Don't pretend like you don't know. I'm sorry for not being there for you. I'm sorry for not trying harder. To be your friend again. Today made me realize what I'd missed. How much I enjoy spending time with you. So, I'm sorry.
Turning my head to Kyoko, silence spans the space surrounding us. Before the sound of sniffles breaks the tension between us. A look of confusion quickly becoming engulfed in sorrow as tears stream down her pink cheeks.
It's really okay. I enjoy spending time with you too. Today has been fun.
Watching the two of them like this, I can't help but feel a little emotional too. The bonds between their hearts, too strong to have ever been broken. Even after all this time, they're still friends.
I'm sorry too, for not understanding.
It's okay, really. It's my fault.
With a smile, Naomi stands from her seat, albeit knocked off balance slightly by the rocking of the carriage. Kyoko follows suit, the two of them staring blankly towards one another. Before joining in an embrace, their hearts finally at ease. Watching on in silence, the two girls before me, I'd be lying if I didn't admit I'd taken a liking to them, that I consider them part of my school life. Yeah. I think he's just kind of repeating what he's been saying. Alright, anyway, so Kyoko, Naomi, together in a reignited friendship, and me. Three of us heading back home under the blissful evening sunlight. It's an image I cherish. As much as I don't want to break up your special moments, it's our stop.
Right.
He's right, I can't miss dinner. That's the meaningful quote from this act. I like that. You know, dinner is the most meaningful meal of the day, as they say. Class continues as always. Monotonous lecturing from the teacher, the typical brick to the face of Monday mornings. Uninteresting, boring shatter of information tossed around the room. Some students diligently absorbing themselves in notes, other more apathetically scribbling down the occasional jot as time continues to pass slowly. It's a shame that the joys of the weekend are now behind me, yet all I can do is wallow in the thoughts of a better future. Just what is that future? The notion of change all around me, Kiyoko, Naomi. It's easy enough to say I'm on a different path through school life to where I was heading before. Have things really changed? My newfound ambition to solve the problems between two girls who were once strangers now past. The questions of future once again bow in the depths of my mind. But should I really care? Oh, as long as we're happy, the tides can take us wherever. So Kyoko thanked us for Friday. It's not like I did anything. It was good to see you having fun.
Something on your phone strike your funny bone?
What?
It must have been your reflection then.
As the class erupts into laughter, all I can do is return the teacher's irate stare as I continue to gaze at my phone. Guess now's the time. I guess now's the time you ask me to stand in the corridor for the rest of the lesson, huh?
You know me too well.
With nothing shy of a giggle escaping her mouth, Kiyoko freezes in shock as the teacher turns his stare to her.
I'll go outside too.
Just what was so funny about me getting into trouble? It's not like it's a rare occurrence.
Because it is.
And you let it ruin your reputation as a diligent and well-behaved student.
So? Sometimes you have to have a little fun.
Hey, she gets it. What if it was a science class? You wouldn't risk getting thrown out then.
Of course I would.
Bruh.
You know I hate science class. Still, something bad would have to happen to put me off science. Don't you think?
Yeah, that's true. You'd have some trauma or whatever. I'm not sure what apocalyptic scenario she's imagining, but I can't exactly picture her putting down her lab coat for good.
Anyway, speaking of science, I have an idea.
Oh boy. And your idea is?
I want to invite Naomi to the club.
Ooh. You do know Naomi's the captain of the athletics team, right? It's not like she doesn't. She was on it after all, but the question still stands.
I know, but she can always come sometimes. When she isn't busy.
Frankly, after spending enough time with her, I don't really think Naomi actually does any club duties whatsoever. I don't see Kiyoko making a return there either, but it's not like anything is going to keep her away from science. I guess.
What do you mean, you guess?
Well, you can give her a taste of your session, but it doesn't seem like... Wait, she doesn't seem like the type to like science.
That's not the point. You dumbass.
I can see she's rubbing off on you.
Shut up.
You want to spend more time with her, right?
Yeah. That's obvious, isn't it? I just think it would be fun to have her there.
That's good though, at least. Moving her eyes towards the floor, and the sight before me radiates cuteness as Kiyoko fiddles with her fingers. The essence of adorability packed in the form of a short, science-loving girl. I'll ask her about it.
You... Well?
Of course. It's not like I don't want her at the club too, you know? Smiling softly, Kiyoko looks back towards me, a beautiful painting of joy in her eyes, the swirling of rosy shades against her cheeks, an adorable palette of cuteness. At the end of the day, having Naomi at the club really would be fun. It's not like Kiyoko can rejoin the athletics team. Besides her undying devotion to science, the scars of the past still dig deep in her heart, even if they're slowly beginning to heal. It's not like it's something she wants to remember.
Thank you. We should probably get going to lunch.
What? Why?
The bell just rang.
I must have missed it. Turning on her heel enough to toss around her hair beautifully through the air, Kiyoko takes one trot forward before stopping short, as I rest my hand on her slender shoulder. Where are you going? The cafeteria's that way.
Who said I was going to lunch?
You did, like a minute ago.
I'm going to the lab to study. Unlike you, I've come prepared.
Unzipping her bag gently, Kiyoko slides out a lunchbox from within. A cute pink plastic box quenched by her oddly delicate-looking fingers.
See? Lunch.
Nice.
Despite an awe at her own sense of organization, I can't help but wonder how Kiyoko managed to sneak her bag out without her being noticed by the teacher.
Anyway, I'll see you later.
Pushing open the doors to the cafeteria, the usual sight of crowds, fellow students queuing up for din-dins greets me as I too scout for some food. With the line for hot food ominously long, a quick rummage through my pockets is enough to switch my focus to the vending machines. Walking over, it's apparent I'm not the only one impatient enough to skip out on having a proper meal. As I get closer, a familiar set of flowing of burnt hair against an athletic figure stands out from the crowd. Their hand reaching up towards one of the buttons in a struggle, I can't help but laugh under my breath as I approach it from behind.
Hi, how are you?
Why do they have to put these things so fucking high?
Stretching not only her fingers but body upward towards the button, I take a glance at the label to find myself unsurprised. She wants those canonically unbranded chocolate-coated biscuit sticks again. Ignorant to my presence, I quickly tap the button with the power of height advantage bestowed upon me by the heavens. Having noticed this, it takes less than a moment for Naomi to turn around at record speed.
What do you think? Oh, it's just you. Thanks for that. I'm sorry for shouting at you.
What's with the sudden show? Or what's with the what's with the sudden show of affection? Aren't you used to being angry with me?
That's because you keep pissing me off.
With an expression like that, I really don't think I do.
Anyway, how was your weekend?
That was a quick change of topic.
I'm just trying to make conversation. Jeez.
Alright, my weekend was fine. I heard you and Kiyoko had a good time though.
You were there, idiot. But, yeah. We've been talking a bit more since then.
That's what you wanted, right?
Aye aye, Captain.
Seeing that smile on her face, even if it's only faint, warms my heart. Knowing that they're both happy, it's a good feeling. Oh, and Kiyoko wanted you to join the science club too.
What?
Her response shocked is just as blunt as my delivery.
But I'm on the athletics team. The captain at that.
I'm surprised you didn't at least word it like, well, she wants you to at least come over, you know? And not, and he just said, she wants you to join. She doesn't expect you to quit, she just wants you to pop around the club sometimes, you know?
I mean, I guess.
It'll help make up for all the time you've missed together after school. All the time you've missed being in the same club. You know, you can even shower with her.
Alright, I'll go.
It didn't take much convincing for her to give in.
I'm not just going because you asked, alright? I'm going to see Kiyoko. You could be a fly on the wall for all I care.
That's how you want to feel.
Anyway, I really have to go, so I'll see you later.
Beginning a somewhat slow walk for an athlete out of the canteen, Naomi's hair once again caresses her back as it flows smoothly down to the top of her waist. If she caught me looking at her like this, I really don't think she'd be all that happy.
You all know midterms are approaching. Just because you don't have homework doesn't mean you can slack off.
Yeah, we know.
With grades like yours, I don't think you do.
Goddamn.
You're lucky class has ended. Otherwise your ass would be outside.
Whoa, blunt teacher. At least my unintended gal was saved by the chiming of the bell. With the teacher begrudgingly moving on with tidying his desk, I joined a trail of students heading out into the corridor.
Where do you think you're going? We have the club today, remember?
I'm going to the club. And we have club every day, why would I forget?
Because you're a dumbass.
Alright, I invited Naomi to the club.
You did? I mean, you did. Thank you.
You don't have to be so surprised.
Nervousness on Kyoko's face quickly shifts to a warm smile, soon to be reflected by Naomi. The two of them happy to be together once again, seemingly. Despite Naomi not having a care in the world about science, it was clear from the get-go that she truly cares about Kiyoko. I couldn't care about science either, but being in a club is nothing short of fun. Together, side by side, the two girls step forward on our path towards the club, weaving through the swaths of students emerging from their respective classes. Must be a weird sight. Two of the school's most famous students almost hand in hand with a lowlife like me trailing behind. Alright, okay.
Welcome to the club.
But it's still a pretty nice feeling.
You're really keen on making me a member, huh?
That's because only members are allowed inside.
But you let me in before.
That time doesn't count.
And what about when we have?
Class doesn't count either.
What with her apathy towards science class, I can't help but feel like I've struck a nerve. Proudly pouting towards me, her cheeks puffed out in a shrewd display of dominance. Doesn't take long for her anger to quell before she turns back to Naomi.
Anyway, shall we head inside?
Sure. I'm not gonna resist becoming a member.
Still, I don't really see her engaging much in the actual activities besides sitting on the side like me and watching Kiyoko do whatever she actually does. Regardless, following them inside, I turned their duet into a trio as I shut the door behind me. The three of us now in our own little world. As expected, it wouldn't be the science club without a handful of Kiyoko's antics.
What does this thing do?
It's a conical flask. You put stuff in it.
And what about that thing?
Pointing to a small boxy device sat upon a nearby desk, Kyoko's face lights up as she turns her face towards it.
That's a centrifuge.
What's a centrifuge? Just find out. From the encyclopedia. It spins stuff. A centrifuge is a piece of scientific equipment used to predominantly separate liquids based on density by spinning them really fast with centrifugal, or fugal, I don't know, Oh, it's centrifugal force. There you
A what? Fridge?
go. Hey man, you want to see my centrifridge? It spins all my food.
No, huge. How do I explain it? It spins stuff.
Going by the look on her face, I don't think she understands. It's not like I can feel her, or I can't feel her pain. Kyoko's face warmly lit before us, and as Naomi and I watch on, peering blissfully as she tidies up a usual day's worth of fun. So, you enjoy the club?
What sort of question is that? Of course I enjoyed it. I'll just leave the science to her from now on. She knows what she's doing.
But it's still fun, right?
You think I'm going to say no after all I've been through to get here? All we've been through.
Her smile sun-kissed by the setting sun. It's an infectious sight, one I can't help return. Being able to see her like this, having reached out to me, it's heartwarming to see a smile on her face. I can't help but like her. Alright, all we've been through. You know, this is our problem. I don't know.
There. Done.
Okay, so I think one more, like, segment, and then we'll end the part again. Done what?
She's done with her notes, idiot.
Yeah, idiot.
You don't have to join in. Letting out a laugh, Naomi's eyes are brought to tears as she wipes them away, with nothing shy of a grin on her face. Kyoko, caught by her outburst, smiles softly in the sunlight as she neatens a small stack of papers.
I guess you could say we're finished for the day. I'm glad you enjoyed the club.
I always enjoy the club.
I didn't mean you.
I know.
I did. I had no idea what you were doing, but it was fun.
I'm glad. Anyway, I'll probably have to spend a bit of time cleaning up. You two are free to go home.
You sure? You don't want to walk home with us?
I live nowhere near you. We only walk out the gates. Really, it's fine.
Nobody can argue with the adorable smile adorning her face. The sky now blissfully orange. I guess there's nothing wrong with listening to her.
Well, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, too.
Walking out to the corridor's embrace, a now empty span of walkers, windows, and rooms, Naomi turns to me with a look of anger plastered on her face. Her lips pursed in a pout amidst the specks of dust shimmering in the glow of the evening sunlight.
Are you sure it's okay to just leave her there? You could have offered to help her.
Trust me, I've tried. She doesn't take offers of help.
If that's how she feels. Still, you could at least offer. It makes you look like an ass otherwise.
And not you. I didn't see you offer to help her out either.
Of course not. I have the best manners this school has seen.
Yeah, right. What was that for? Where the hell did you hit me?
I didn't hit you that hard.
But you can hardly call it good manners. You didn't have to do it again.
I'll make it up to you and get you a drink in the canteen.
I can't object to that. Strolling into the empty cafeteria, Naomi and I the only souls around, amidst a span of tables and chairs. The lights at the back of the hall beckon us towards them, as Naomi keeps a smile on her face. Walking towards them together, a quick glance towards her is enough to send me into a zone of admiration. The silky flow of her hair trailing down the side of her rosy cheeks, her stern yet warm nature, as she proudly walks towards the machines. The glint in her eyes as she turns to face me, a look of irritation ripe on her face.
Ugh. Could you at least avoid looking at me for at least 5 minutes? You're just like everyone else.
Not necessarily.
Anyway, what do you want? I'm buying, right?
I don't know, vanilla soda?
I'm having the last one. You can have a juice.
Slamming the button with gusto, a carton of orange juice falls into the tray below as she reaches her slender fingers inside. Who does she think I am, Kiyoko? Thanks.
You're welcome.
Her lips and nothing shy of a grin, Naomi cracks the seal on her can and begins sipping away contently. After pressing down on the can's surface, her soft lips break away before returning to yet another smug grin.
Fancy playing a game?
With a grin like that, I can't really say I do.
Come on, the rules are simple. You wanted this cola, right?
And I have this juice now. No thanks to you? What?
I'll give it to you. If you can beat me in a race. Bruh.
Hardly much of a game, what a want to challenge. Me, an unathletic slacker, versus her, the school's top athlete and idol. Even the bookies wouldn't take bets on this when the outcome is as fundamental as the laws of motion themselves. As if that's going to happen.
Well, it's going to have to.
Bye, have a great time.
There she goes. Almost in a flash, Naomi disappears from my sight, leaving behind nothing but the sound of fast-paced footsteps as I turn my head to trail them. Between my fingers, the grip I once held onto my school bag quickly relaxed as I quenched nothing but emptiness. She didn't, did she?
If you want it back, you're gonna have to keep up.
Shutting the doors behind her, Naomi runs off into the corridors, now completely out of my sight, leaving me alone in the now bleak cafeteria. Is this really her idea of a game? Theft? I begin to chase her, albeit begrudgingly. Oh yeah, you see that speed? Look at these effects. He's going full super speed. Struggling my way into a quick pace down the corridor, running past several sets of walkers as I skirt past my vision. Shifting my eyes forward, my goal goads me at the far end of the hall. Naomi lifting my bag in the air as the remains stood on the spot, teasing me before heading out another set of doors. Gosh, she's fast.
Hey, no running in the halls. Some of us are still trying to do work. Wait, you.
Turning my head backwards, Mr. Kimura's face lights in his usual irate manner before I quickly turn back, moving into a faster sprint. I don't want to spend my time being yelled at whilst Naomi revels in her cheeky antics. I'll have to push forward.
Hey, hey!
Running out to the yard, my quick pace slows into a mellow walk as the blunt end of my efforts strike with force. A heavy breath as I almost pant at Naomi's feet. Her grin wrenches my self-esteem as I'm inches away from collapsing. All the while she stands unscathed, having not even broke a sweat.
I'll give you a C for effort.
You know, your idea of a joke isn't funny.
Hey,
Try to reenact it.
I had a good time. Here's your bag back.
I've never really thought of myself as out of shape, but seeing her stand there so complacently really puts the differences between us into perspective. She's on another level. Thanks.
You know what? Because you tried your hardest, I'll let you have just one sip.
You're still carrying that?
Of course. Everyone needs some refreshment after a tough workout.
Talk about tough. To me it seems like she's just come back from a leisurely walk. You know, wouldn't this be considered an indirect kiss?
Yeah, boy.
Wipe it off first, then. Ugh, you ass.
I was going to. Bringing the can closer to my mouth, Naomi watches on as I slowly take a sip of the drink, having given it more than a thorough wipe beforehand. It tastes as I'd expected.
Okay, that's enough. I said you're only allowed a sip.
Snatching the can out of my hand, Naomi steps back before bringing it back to her mouth, taking another gulp. What was that for? I was going to give it back.
I'm thirsty.
You didn't wipe it.
Eh?
Got him. Hitting the ground with a clang, the remaining contents spill out onto the floor around Naomi's feet as she looks down, holding a flustered expression. Quickly resuming her gaze on me, that moment of embarrassment has quickly fleeted to one of anger.
Now look what you did.
Me? You're the one who dropped it.
Still. Anyway, you lost. I won. Get your ass into shape.
My ass is in shape if anyone would lose against you.
Well, if you came to the gym, you might improve your chances.
With you and leave Kiyoko alone in the club? What was the point in joining if you were just going to drag me out?
We don't have to do it after school. Jeez. Of course I don't want to leave her alone. We could do it at lunch. Kiyoko would be fine with that, right?
Considering I never really get lunch with Kiyoko, she's either spending time in class or the labs. Can't really call it a bad idea. Then again, giving away my lunch to spend time being bossed by Naomi does have its downsides, as much as I enjoy spending time with her. What about eating? When am I supposed to have lunch?
Eat during lessons. That's what I do.
Oh, figures. Smiling towards Naomi, it takes only a moment to conjure my answer. I'll have to think about it. The very same thing said to Kiyoko, not all that long ago. Seeing Naomi stand there under the evening light, certainly a beautiful sight. Her auburn hair swaying gently in a gentle breeze, shivering under a sign as she returns my smile with a look of bewilderment. Yet she doesn't look any less graceful. Shall we head home?
I was thinking the same thing.
Turning on the spot, Naomi's hair sways blissfully around, moving slightly aside as she turns her head to face me.
Well,
Starting off with a single step, I quickly join Naomi's side as we walk towards the gates, graced by the evening amber glow. The scene, characteristic of any sort of cheesy romance novel, couldn't be any different. I wouldn't want it to be different. I want to spend more time with her like this. You know, funny thing is, I feel like in real life, I would have at least kind of caught up to her. Although, depends on what's in the hallway, you know, because I'm just thinking, how the hell can she run that fast down those hallways? And without being caught nonetheless. She must be a ninja on the track team if she didn't get caught like that. But yeah, I'm going to end this part here. This was a very enlightening part, at least. You know, a lot of funny stuff happened. But anyway, on the top right corner of your screen, there's going to be a annotation for the next part once it becomes available. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me all your thoughts in the comment section below. And I think we are getting closer to the end. Hopefully, it is soon. And then we'll start working towards the other endings, hopefully. I mean, that's if you guys want to see them, of course. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.